If you're starting to notice that you're disconnected, then it means there's part of you that's connected. Work with that part, because that is really where we feel most connected, is when we're centered in the heart. So I thought today we could work with inviting forward that part of us that is connected. Notice the whole of your body from head to toes. And notice what's happening in that space that your body is occupying. Take a few deep breaths and let your body settle and soften. Relax into the support of the floor, the bed, the chair, whatever it is you're positioned on. And one thing that can happen when we bring our attention into the body is that it helps our mind to settle into the present moment. So often our mind is very absorbed with thoughts of the past or worries about the future. And so this is a simple practice of letting go of the complexity of thought. So much of our thought is triggered by those disconnected parts, by the fear or the anxiety. So we can very simply give ourselves a break, focus in on what's happening inside. Bring your attention to your heart center for a moment. Notice your experience in your heart center. It's just that physical location. It's protected by the ribs, below your throat, above your diaphragm, above your stomach area. There's a front and sides and a back to it. In the physical body, there's the heart and lungs in there. And when we tune into it on a more subtle level, we tune into the energy of the heart center. And bring your attention to the back of your body just behind your heart center, to that area between your shoulder blades. And up underneath your shoulder blades, in between the shoulders, up into the upper back. Notice the whole of your upper back and that broad band of muscles that covers the rib cage. Let your shoulders settle back, settle down, become heavier. Let them really soften in. We don't actually need to brace ourselves at the moment. Often our shoulders have that tight, contracted feeling, our neck as well. Notice your neck, your shoulders, the top of your back, in between your shoulder blades. And let your body know it's okay to soften through there. And take a few deep breaths. Bring your attention from that area between your shoulder blades back into the heart center. Notice what's here. What does it feel like in your heart center right now? And sometimes with intense sadness or grief, it might feel too much. It might feel like we don't want to be present in that immediate, direct way. And that's okay. We could then focus on the space all around the heart center. So we're still aware of the heart center, but we notice that there's space around it. We notice the body is breathing. We can feel the movement of our diaphragm muscle at the lower rib cage into the belly. And just like there are layers of connection between what we would kind of experience as the physical body, the muscles and bones, the blood and the nerves, all of that, and our subtle body, there are also connections between all of the parts or locations. So you might notice there's some sensation in the throat center, just above the heart center. Or maybe down into the stomach. You could notice what's happening there, both physically and in a more subtle perspective. We let our attention rest at the heart center. And we're noticing what that feels like. And sometimes our attention will be drawn away from the heart center and back into thought. Or maybe we'll notice some sensation in the arms or the legs, somewhere else in our body. It's fine to let your attention be drawn where it goes. Sometimes we need to notice something or to shake out our legs or something like that. And then we come back to this quiet, this stillness in the heart center. Notice what is your experience of that at the moment. And if there's any energy or sensation there, we could allow it to be there. Maybe invite it forward a bit. What is it that your heart wants you to know? And if thoughts are coming in, then we could look at that. Might be images or memories or somebody's face, or it could be anything. And keep coming back to resting your attention in the heart center itself. We're not pushing away thoughts and we're not getting overly absorbed in them. We're noticing. And then as we're noticing, at times the noticing will fall to the background as well, and we'll just be resting. So we're just moving away a little bit from that tight focus of attention, letting our thoughts about it dissolve. And then, just like thoughts don't remain quiet for long, they come and they go. We might start noticing again, or we might be distracted by some other kind of thought. And we can reconnect, really bring your attention back into the heart center. And we can practice dropping below the level of thought, even deeper than the physical body, just in that energy of the heart center. We could attend to ourselves, attune, connect, rest with our attention in the heart. And notice that part of us longs for deep connection. Really welcome that. And then letting go of the witnessing and the welcoming and resting with your attention. With your direct experience at the heart center. And let yourself know that you are fiercely welcoming this part, the connected, the real, the true being, your true self, with all of the distractions and fear and hesitation, that none of that is as important as this. And to those parts of you that might be hesitating, maybe you could let them know that it's okay to go off duty. We don't have to push them away or shame ourselves. And we also don't need all of the defenses that we've used and needed in our lives. Just for a moment, acknowledge that to yourself. Everything is welcome, and some of it might not be needed anymore. It's okay to go off duty. And drop back into that stillness, that deep sense of being. Feel that connection, that internal connection. let that be the unifying force. All of the parts of us can live and move through life from this knowing, this foundation. And think ahead to your day for a moment before we stop. And set your intention to drop back in, to notice your connection, notice your being as you move through the day. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. And as you look around and you have your eyes open to the inputs from the world, notice if you can still feel that sense in your heart center. What's going on in your heart center with your eyes open?